The artwork itself is about navigation and about wayfinding, and it's about the devices that one uses to find one's way around. There are a number of different elements in different parts of the building that relate to the work. The piece itself is a compass needle shape, and it sits vertically off the end of the balcony at the far end of this hallway. On the edge of the balcony is a curved railing, and that will have a viewing device that you can stand in front of, and it focuses you into the center of the compass element. And it sets up a relationship between the person on the balcony looking through this viewing device and kind of a broken view of the horizon line, where as you look through the viewing device, you'll see an angled image coming from another part of the horizon. You're looking through something and getting a diffraction of an image. Similar to how a sextant works, in that you look at the horizon and you see the image of a star superimposed over the horizon line so that you can tell navigationally what direction you're going. There is historically in Bellevue, there is a compass factory. So I have historically tied into an actual site-responsive element of Bellevue. It is an interactive work in that involuntarily, by the action of using the building and entering into the front doors, there is a motion that occurs on the balcony itself in the viewing device, traveling back and forth. So people entering into the building, unbeknownst to them, have an interaction with the artwork out on the balcony. And through the process of meandering through and maybe being drawn to it by the visual element out on the balcony, or by following the lines in the floor that draw you through as well, they end up finding their way out onto the balcony and then encountering the piece to sort of a greater depth. The notion of working from one side of the building through this kind of penetration that goes right through the building, pulling people through, drawing people through, finding their way through, is a dynamic element that I have incorporated into that work. Just that idea of the flow of people, the flow of water, the flow of the magnetic flux that we're all within in terms of how we relate to where we want to get to and where we're coming from. A bunch of ideas like that kind of accumulated into this notion of wanting to have something about navigation. It's been a long process, actually, designing and developing the idea for the work. It's quite a large piece, but it's inherently broken down into a lot of smaller elements within it. This will rotate like that, as this, of course, turning on this worm gear here. There will, of course, be a triangular flange, just as there is in the model here. I've been doing this kind of thing for a long time, and I've had enough experience in knowing what works and what doesn't. And so it is really just a matter of working on the various little elements. You don't have to necessarily understand the whole piece from beginning to end to interact with any part of it. In fact, many people may come here on a repetitive basis that see one part of the work, but never realize that it's actually tied in through the floor and to the front doors. And then one day they'll suddenly realize that, oh, there's this relationship here of the front doors to the artwork. The role of public art is, I think, basically to sort of set up a series of questions about what is around you and how you relate to parts of the building, how you relate to the artwork itself. I hope that the majority of people will enjoy it and enjoy the interaction with the building. Making a visual connection and reference of more than one point at a time. sort of how you could see things sideways, so to speak.